through and took over from the Gellersteiner ride. Now he's looking through, he's got Hunter's wheel. Now look and see how McEwen, very interesting because he's got that very unique Australian jersey, how he moves on wheels, his BMX training coming through. But look, here comes one of the riders from the Aqua Sapono team, comes backwards, and I'm not quite sure if he brought somebody off then, but I think somebody's gone down. Yes, this is what happens when the lead-out men start to go slow, then the pushing and shoving comes from behind, and then they find there's nowhere to go except onto the deck. We've had a crash back there, but none of the main contenders are being pushed. As Guidi then starts to fight it out with McEwen. They're still on the wheel then of the Aqua Sapone team, but they've got to go some to come through here, and that complete hold up at the back here, and that will cause a delay. It's not in the final kilometre at all, but none of the top sprinters, I think, will be marooned in that one then, as there's still melee back there. They all come to a grinding halt. Let's hope that nobody's been hurt, but this is one of the problems that happens as the lead-out men come smoothly back off the front. Let's hope it's not Salvador that's come down here. In fact, it's Fabio Sacchi, quite a useful sprinter, who's now decked down there and will take no further part in the sprint. Let's hope he's not too badly hurt and that they get him back on his bike, as the rest of the riders here so intent then to get the victory. There are bodies everywhere, and this, you have to take your hats off to these riders. Look at the pushing and shoving still going at the front then, as one of the Phonak riders starting to move through as well to get himself in for that final sprint. Round that bend they go, and the remnants of the leading group, I don't think the pink jerseys made it up here, so we're going to have a change over there as we go back then and pick up that crash then for Fabio Sacchi, who looks in all sorts of trouble. Into the final kilometre now, as just no more than about 25, maybe 30 riders at the most have remained upright. One or two of the riders peeling off there because they've done their work. They're putting the sprinters in for the final lunge for the line. Who's going to get this one? Well, there's still outnumbers of the Aqua Sapona team, seem to be outnumbering them. Then Cipollini's got glued to his back wheel. Batman and Boy Robin. There behind Cipollini is McEwen. Also in there, the Phonak rider has dropped back into the third spot behind. If you look at those being first, second and third, because the two lead-up men will start to pull off shortly. Still Lombardi doing the work then. He's the last man to go. Cipollini then on Lombardi's wheel. They start to move in then towards the end of this particular run through here. Good riding again by the riders from the Aqua and Sapone team. Mario Cipollini looking for those vital seconds to take the overall lead. Still then behind the Honda there in the pink. He's got a Kolpak rider in blue, and he pushes up against him. Well, that Kolpak rider is not expected to be there. He doesn't normally come through at this illustrious level here. And one of the sprinters also in there too from the is it not the... Oh, we'll have to wait. The chap in red just floored me, by the way, as Cipollini's lead-out man does a great job here. And McEwen's on the left-hand side. So Lombardi takes out McEwen, and McEwen comes round the outside the long way. He's got a long way to go, so Cipollini looks like he's going to get it. Cipollini goes to the line, and Cipollini gets just there in first spot, ahead of McEwen in either second or third. Well, certainly it was Brown in there. It was Brown in second spot. It was Brown there riding, I said, the orange jersey for the Panarea team that most people wouldn't expect it to be there. And that orange jersey, way back in the program, I mentioned to watch out for Brown. The busting Brown also from BMX background. So Australia are second and third, but don't ask me which order they finished in them. Brilliant ride then by both those two, but Cipollini, whose lead-out man came out a bit, drifted out. We'll watch it in slow motion as Sacchi here riding in toward the finish. But my goodness, what a sprint that was. The two Aussies put the frighteners on Mr. Cipollini, but Cipollini not only will take the stage, he'll also take the pink jersey as the leader in the Tour of Italy. Elation then for the Lion King, who's just roared again. He was purring yesterday as a tiger went round, even though he had that flattened back tire, because he put him in a picture to get the bonuses. 6 points in the Inter Giro, 12 points, or 12 seconds and 6 seconds, 18 seconds bonus, moved him up into the... I think Bartholy might have come down there, by the way. I'm just waiting to hear confirmation. There was certainly one of the riders from the Fassa Bartolo team down. Is coming over headphones, all the crackly information. It is Bartholy that's gone down. And it looks like he's going to be taken off. He's not going to ride into the finish. That's another man out the race at this rate of knots. Always the problems of these circuits. They entertain the crowd, but they can cause enormous trouble for the riders and brings to a halt not only the opportunity of completing the Giro d'Italia, but may also put them out sometimes for a bit longer in the season. Let's hope he isn't badly hurt, but he certainly take a bit of a battering when he came down. They would come down at around about 40 miles an hour, by the way, and you see they have no protection except for their crash hats. The rest of it just those very slender jerseys and shorts, and once you start sliding and banging into things, it can be very painful indeed. What a great shame then for Bartholy to be taken off like this now from the Tour of Italy in Munster in Germany. His race is over. That's him out of the frame. And what a disappointment then he will have had, because he's been looking towards this race. One didn't expect to see him perhaps up there on the roster in the pink at the end of it all, but we're now looking back then at the replay of this one, and our commiserations go out to Bartholy, who lost Stangley yesterday when he crashed and cracked the collarbone. They've now lost Bartholy, but that certainly will be a great disappointment for them. Watch there Brown in the orange, by the way, for Panaria. He gets onto the wheel of McEwen, and then McEwen is on Cipollini's wheel. One of the Coolpack riders in the blue tries to come through. Hondo gives him the old shove and keeps him out of the way. The rider, I think that's Buxhofer from the Phonak team, is looking for some time bonuses in a sprint, but certainly one of the riders in Phonak is still there. First of all, one of the riders, it might have been Trenti, turns off the front. Then it's going to be up to Lombardi now to hold the fort at the front. Now as he starts to go down the finishing straight, he moves out to allow Cipollini to come through, but see, McEwen goes on the right hand side. Lombardi looks back, sees him coming, takes him down there, and he gets through there. My goodness, the performance of McEwen to get through, still charging for the line then after being balked on the run into there, managing I think to hold on to second, till suddenly then Brown comes pushing his way past him. Brown gets second, and into third spot goes McEwen. I think that fourth going to Honda. A long way round for the battling Aussie, two battling Aussies there, and Cipollini then keeping the honours for Italy, taking the stage into Munster and taking that pink jersey with him. Whew. Well, if I was Mr. McEwen, I'd have a few words to say to the lead-out man there. Look how he balked him, but I think McEwen had committed himself to go round the outside. If he just eased back a little bit and come on the inside and had another go, then it might have been a different kettle of fish or big plate of bratwurst. There on the left-hand side, Hunter also beginning to get stuck in likewise, so quite a lot of English-speaking riders getting in the midst of things there, but no doubt about it, the Lion King has roared yet again. Matteo Cipollini taking the victory. Brilliant performance. What can stop this man? Almost nothing, I suppose. There he goes. What a good ride for Brown, though. But my goodness, they were saying, who the heck was that? You can imagine the team managers later on who haven't seen this lad ride, but because he's first year pro at this level, will be saying, what the hell now? We're going back out to the crash, by the way. And that was the rundown. But there, those 12, 8 and 4 vital seconds will have made a change on the overall general classification. And let's hope that some of the riders that were placed after the time trial weren't too badly delayed.